Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome to Talkin' Habs, where you get your daily fix of Bleu Blanc Rouge. So this is Talking Habs news for January 16, 2021. I've got some news about, there's some news on the GM search for Montreal. There is some news about players coming back to the lineup. There is some news about that Calvin de Haan fine in the Chicago game on Thursday. I'll talk about that. And of course, if you can see the thumbnail, I'm going to talk about that overtime goal and whether those calls were right or were they wrong. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to start with the GM search news. So there's a report out by a writer for Sportsnet, Eric Engels, and he says that the Habs GM search is down to 3 candidates. They're down to 3 candidates after the first round of interviews. 2 of the 3 Engels thinks are Matthew Darche, who seems to be a front runner, and Daniel Briere. And I'm going to give you a little information for people who might not know much about these guys. Daniel Briere played 44 games. 44. He's 44, played 973 games. There's a big distinction there. In the NHL, largely with Phoenix, Philadelphia, and Buffalo, although he did spend 1 season with the Canadiens toward the end of his career. Briere from Gatineau, Quebec, is currently in charge of the day-to-day operations of the Portland Mariners of the ECHL. Matthew Darche is 45. He played 250 games in the NHL, primarily with Columbus and with Canadiens. The native of Saint Laurent, Quebec, is currently the director of hockey operations for the 2-time Stanley Cup champion, Tampa Bay Lightning. So those are the 2 guys that are mentioned in the article. The third one not mentioned. So I wonder, is the unknown person Patrick Roy? Is it Marc Denis, who was also thought to be at the top of the list? So we don't exactly know, although there's a couple of updates coming up in a second. One of them does concern that. Eric Engels also says that some of the interviewees of I think there were 8 or 9, he expects some of them to actually get jobs with the Habs in their organization and not the GM job. I kind of expect that too. I think at least one of the women that were interviewed, there were 2, I think will get a job, possibly as an assistant GM. But you'd expect that they'll name the GM first and then allow the GM to pretty much pick his assistant. I don't think you're going to sort of saddle a new GM with an assistant not of their choosing. So we'll see what happens with that. So there's 2 updates. And like I said, one of them concerns this and one of them concerns one of the candidates that's named. Pierre Lebrun is reporting that Montreal has doubled back on player agent Kent Hughes, who is from Montreal. He's bilingual. He's a player agent out in Massachusetts. He wasn't interviewed in round 1, and this is a little bit about Kent Hughes. I think we'll go with this here. Hearing that agent Kent Hughes has re-entered the picture in the Habs GM process, believe Montreal circled back to him this week after he wasn't originally part of the interviews. I would put Hughes among those 3 to 4 candidates. So not sure if it's going to be 4 or he was the 3rd candidate. Don't know. Maybe it's Patrick Roy, like I said. Maybe it's Marc Denis. I don't know. A little more on Hughes. He is a part of Quartex Management, represents many Quebec-born NHL players, including Boston Bruins forward Patrice Bergeron, who I believe is a free agent next season. Pittsburgh Penguins defenseman Chris Letang. I think the same thing there with Letang. And New York Rangers forward Sammy Blais. So you got to wonder, like, if he becomes the GM of the Habs, would it be easy to, or would it be possible that Bergeron or Letang are coming to Montreal then after? We'll see. I don't think they'd go that way with high contracts like that for guys like that, but you never know. So it's possible that Kent Hughes is the 3rd guy or the 4th guy. We'll see how that works out. I do expect that within a week, maybe a little more, we'll have a new GM in place. The other update is on Matthew Darche. He's accepted an interview with the Anaheim Ducks, who are in the same position looking for a GM. And I think that's going to be at the end of this coming week. And it doesn't really mean anything. So anybody thinking, I really want a Darche, now he's not going to be the GM. It doesn't really mean that. First of all, he doesn't know whether he's getting the Habs job. And if somebody reaches out and said, well, we'd like to interview you for the job. Like, I don't know, I've got that job. Sure, I'll take the interview because he might not get that job. I think that's all there is to that. And I wouldn't worry if you're a Darsh person who I kind of think is the guy that's going to get the job. I don't think it means anything, but it's, it's out there. So that's the updates. They did say that get to expect within the next week probably an announcement on who the GM will be. So we'll see if that happens. Next up is some players coming back to the lineup. One of them is Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson has been practicing, I think, for the last 2 days with Montreal. I don't know that I don't think he's wearing a non-contact jersey at this point, and he should be cleared to play on Monday. Subscribe and ring that notifications bell, and hey, give a thumbs up. So they're expecting that Josh Anderson should be in the lineup on Monday, and I would think if he's not, it'll be on Tuesday in Dallas against the Stars. So we'll see if that happens. And the other player coming back should be any day, and maybe today they're going to have brought him back to the team. Paul Byron is expected to be back on the ice with the team today. This is Sunday. I'm filming this, and he might be in the game on Monday or more likely on Tuesday. Byron was almost ready in December. He hadn't played yet. He was coming back from a hip operation, and he was ready to go when he was placed on the COVID list, and he had COVID. So he's coming back from that hip surgery, and that's kept him out all season. He's not played yet. I expect to see him in the next, I think by Monday or Tuesday, and at the latest on Thursday, where they're, I'm not sure where they are on Thursday, but they're playing a game on Thursday as well. We want you to become a member of Talking Habs. Thursday's overtime loss to Chicago not only had the controversial winning goal, which, if you see the thumbnail, and we all know what happened with the goal that was allowed, even though the net was off the mooring, and it turned out there was a challenge for whether the player was onside or offside. So we're going to talk about that coming up next, actually. But there was a missed call on the Chicago Blackhawks, Calvin Haan, that led to him being fined by the good folks at DOPS. That's the Department of Player Safety for the NHL. And that was, they fined him to the tune of $2,500. Well, not a big fine for an NHL player. The fine was for a dangerous trip Haan delivered to Cole Caulfield behind the Hawks net in full view of the ref. I'm going to show you a picture in a 2-2 game and in the third period. So Haan didn't take Caulfield to Afghanistan or Yemen or somewhere dangerous like that. So what was the dangerous trip that he took or he dished out? Haan slew-footed Caulfield, which is a dangerous trip, I guess. No penalty on the play, and Caulfield was not hurt. So, good on that Caulfield didn't get hurt at all in the play in any way. But still, slew-foot is a dangerous trip. But, call it what it is. Don't call it a dangerous trip. Call it what it is. That's what I wrote. A slew-foot. The ref should have called it, and it could have changed the outcome of the game, and the controversial overtime goal might not have happened. Let's take a look at what I've got here so you can see clearly marked. Someone did this. I don't know who did this. Slew-foot. And you can see Haan's leg is behind Caulfield's feet. His arm is in front of him, and he pushes back, and that's the slew-foot. You can see the ref. The ref should not have missed that. There's nobody blocking those two guys from the ref's sight, and he should have been able to see it. There's two refs out there. Not one of them saw it. Anyways, slew-footing, not a great thing, and it should be stopped. It's illegal. Should have been a 2-minute penalty. I would imagine if Caulfield had gotten hurt, probably would have been worse, but it should have been a 2-minute penalty. Could have changed the game. Not that I really want that to happen. I didn't really want Montreal to come out with the points, right? They're in the race for the bottom. But, it could have changed the game, and it's not right. They shouldn't, what's the word I'm looking for? You shouldn't overlook a slew-foot. That's just not right, even though the player did not get hurt. So that brings us to that overtime goal that happened. So what happened was Jeff Petrie kind of made a really bad move at the line, and Kurashev, I don't know his first name, of Chicago got by him clear. That we'll get back to because there was a controversy there. Going at the net, only Mike Hoffman there to kind of come run in. He tried to get the puck with his stick, didn't work. So he tried to shoulder him out of the way. That hit, that was fine. There was nothing wrong there. But in pushing him like that, he kind of pushed him into the net. But Mike Hoffman went first into the net. Really just crashed into Montembeault. Montembeault went flying. His blocker came off, everything. And the net came off the mooring, and the puck slid in. So did the Chicago guys. So what happened was that illegal goal. Here's the ruling on net off the mooring. The ruling is, in the event a goalpost is dislodged by a defensive player, that would be Hoffman, prior to the puck crossing the line between the normal position of the goalpost, which it did, the referee shall allow the goal to stand. Right? So that's the ruling. That's what happened. Mike Hoffman went crashing into the net. Not only did he grab, I'm going to show you pictures in a sec, grabbed it with his hand, then his head hit it. And at that point, it started to come off the mooring. You can see in the video and pictures. I don't know if I have that exact moment, but it starts to come off. As that happens, then the puck crosses the line, and the guy, Chicago guy, hits the net as well and takes it further off. But Mike Hoffman clearly knocked the net off the mooring. And in the ruling, that means that's a good goal. Let's take a look. Here you can see Hoffman giving him the shoulder as Kurashev is coming in on the goalie. And it's really close to the goalie, so you can see there's not a lot of room to get out of the way. Now, there you see Hoffman crashing into the net. You can see the Chicago guy has not hit the net. You don't see the puck anywhere. But Hoffman has his hand on the net. You know that net's coming off. If it does, it's going to be Hoffman that takes it off. I'm going to show the overhead. You can see Hoffman's head hits it, and you can see the Chicago guy is just right there, but he hasn't knocked the net off the mooring. Mike Hoffman does. And here you can see the goal, the puck just about to cross the goal line. That's where now the Chicago guy is there and pushing the net, but the net had come off the mooring. This is a good goal. So then it came down to, we have a good goal. Everybody's screaming because they're in Chicago, and he's going, wait. It's being challenged by the Situation Room, which is the room in Toronto, that this might be offside. So they challenge it for the offside, and they check it out. The offside ruling is a player controlling the puck who crosses the blue line with his feet ahead of the puck shall not be offside, provided he has possession of the puck prior to his skates crossing the front edge of the blue line. For all you older people, and even some of you younger people, I think 3, 4, maybe it'd been 5 years ago, they changed this ruling to that. It used to be that the puck had to cross first. It's no longer that. The feet can cross as long as you got control. That's what happened here. I'm going to show it to you. Here is the picture here. So now his feet are not fully over the line. As you can see, his back leg where the circle is still hovering a little bit over that blue line. That's fine. You can be on or above your skate as long as you're on that plane of the blue line. Puck is on his stick. That's possession. Does he carry it through over the line? This is the thing. He does. Here he is. The puck is now over the line. And while it's not glued to his stick, he still has control of that. And you can argue it, but I'm sorry. He has control of that puck. It's not offside. This is an onside puck. And that means the goal counted. And that's simple answer. That's it. Goal counted. I wrote some stuff about it. I don't know if I said it all. And that's basically it. I think I did. That's the ruling. And if you grew up thinking that you can't have your feet over the line before the puck, yeah, you're going to think that's offside, which I did, not knowing. And then once it's a matter of did he have possession of it there, I thought it was. And in the live stream, I said I thought that was a good goal as far as that call. You can watch the live stream to know if I said that or not. And so, yeah, it turns out that's the ruling. That's the call. Good goal. They lose in overtime. They get 1 point. And you know what? Importantly, if you're looking for them to get that good draft pick, I'm not upset that they lost the game. Sure, I want to see them win some games here and there. That's for sure. But in the long run, you know what? It's okay. It's not the end of the world. And the main thing is that the calls were good, by the book, and there's no bias against Montreal. That's my opinion. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I think a lot of Habs fans think that Montreal got screwed there. I don't. In general, I do think they screw Montreal, and there's a bit of a bias. I do think that. But in this case, that was a good goal on both counts, and that's the way it is. The way the rules are. So let me know, like I said, in the comment section, what you think was a good goal. You agree with the call, and any other opinions you have on anything that I had here. And thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. Stay safe out there till the next video. And peace out, y'all. And I'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. Subscribe and ring that notifications bell. And hey, give a thumbs up. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hey, check out that video over there.